Welcome to Let's Talk 716 Sports, and today's guest is Max Underhill from Bills Overdue on Buffalo Fanatics. How are you tonight?
Thanks for having me on, Robby. I really appreciate it. I'm having a good night. I'm still soaking in the win over the Patriots. I feel like a lot of people were disappointed by the win. Like the fact that we didn't win by a crazy amount of points, but it's a win is a win to me. And we got over the hump of the Patriots, so I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, I think most people like when like their fans and stuff like that, they they expect more from the team or like and I thought the Bills, I mean, if they win, it's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What was the top play of the game for you on Sunday versus the Patriots?
I think it's gotta be Justin Zimmer. The he got his hand in there to punch the ball loose from Cam Newton. Biggest play of the game because it looked like the momentum was changing. Like it looked like the Patriots might go down and score a touchdown there. At very least, they were going to get a field goal. And Justin Zimmer came out of nowhere. And we got back to creating turnovers on this defense, which is something we had been good at like 2 or 3 years ago, but something that we've struggled with recently. We got that big turnover in crunch time. So that's massive, man. Like it's got to be Justin Zimmer. And who would have thought? Like I'd never heard of this Justin Zimmer guy like 2 weeks ago. Against the Chiefs, he nearly has a big takeaway against the Chiefs running back, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire was marked down before he punched the ball out. And then this week, Justin Zimmer's making a name for himself. So I'm really excited to see what he can do going forward.
Yeah, I think that play for uh, Justin Zimmer was exciting to hear it on the radio when John Murphy was calling the game with Steve Tasker.
Yeah, I wasn't listening to the radio broadcast. So did he have a really good call?
Yeah, I think John Murphy got like kind of got excited when like Zimmer punched the ball out and uh, got him to fumble.
Nice. Awesome.
Do you think our defense will hold up against the Seahawks on Sunday?
Man, I'm nervous. I'm really nervous about specifically their wide receivers. Both Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf for the Seahawks. I think those two are going to give us headaches. I think if it was just one, I think we could handle one. Just DK or just Tyler Lockett. But both of them, it's going to be tough. I think Trey White's going to be able to handle one, but I don't know if Levi Wallace is going to be able to handle the other. I think DK Metcalf's the scarier threat. Just he's like such a big physical like freak of an athlete. So I'm definitely scared about that. And of course, Russell Wilson, like, he's an MVP candidate. He's probably going to be the MVP. He's probably the leading MVP candidate right now. So I don't think I think our defense is going to bend but not break necessarily. But I think this offense is going to have to be a shootout for the Bills because I don't trust our defense to hold the Seahawks to less than 20 points. Um, so I think if you're looking for a final score line, and I know you got another question about that. I think the Bills will have to put up at least like 27 points. I'm thinking final score line 28-27 Bills over the Seahawks.
I think that game is going to be a tough game for the defense because of those two good wide receivers that Seattle has.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there.
What's your prediction for the score versus the Seahawks on Sunday?
Well, like I said, I think it's going to be 28-27 Bills. I really think Josh Allen has what it takes. I don't think this Seahawks defense is terrifying at all by any stretch of the imagination. They're not an amazing defense. They got Bobby Wagner, the linebacker in the middle, who's very good, an incredibly good linebacker. But I don't think this isn't the Legion of Boom Seahawks team of years prior. So I think Josh Allen, we got our running game going last week against the Patriots. If we can both run the ball and pass the ball, I think we can put up. I think we're putting up at least 28 points, if not 35 points or plus. So yeah, like I said, 28-27 Bills. Gotta have the Bills win.
Yeah, I think the Bills. I think it's gonna be like maybe 30, 35 to 34 for the Bills because maybe Bass will end up having to kick a field goal in there or something.
Yeah, I could see that happening for sure. Yeah, but yeah, I think it'll definitely be high scoring affair.
How do you think Josh Allen will finish the season?
Let's see. I mean, he's got tough. This is a tough schedule down the stretch. I mean, it's a tough schedule the whole way through for the Bills. But I think coming up, we're facing basically the NFC West. We got the Cardinals, we got the Seahawks, we got the 49ers, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers mixed in the bunch. So a lot of really good teams with a lot of really good defenses. I think Josh Allen is going to I think he's going to do well. I don't think he's going to be great. I think he's going to be very good. He's not going to jump back into the MVP discussion. I don't believe, but I think he's going to be. He's going to continue to show us why he's our franchise quarterback and why we believe in him. Like I think he's going to be very good. He's going to He's going to throw the ball around the yard. He's going to have 30 plus touchdowns. I think by the end of this year. So I think he's going to be a beast. He's gonna make some mistakes at times. He's gonna throw some interceptions, but I think he's solidified his spot as our quarterback of the future, and he's not gonna let us down. And if our team is gonna go anywhere in the playoffs and beyond, it's gonna be because of him.
Is Stefan Diggs the answer at the wide receiver?
Yeah, man. Of course he is. He's awesome. Like Stephon Diggs, he's lighting it up for us. Brandon Beane has showed us why he made the acquisition for Stephon Diggs. In the offseason with that huge trade, because he's done everything we've asked him to do and more. He's lit it up. He's shown us that he's a true number one wide receiver on the outside. He's been able to make the contested catches. I was just watching a highlight video on the NFL on YouTube, and Stephon Diggs is mossing over that Raiders defensive back for a huge, that huge like 50-yard gain. He's getting contested balls. He's running after the catch. You look at that, that Patriots game yesterday or 2 days ago. Stephon Diggs, catches this ball over the middle, and if that's John Brown or Cole Beasley, they're getting like 5 yards after the catch, but Stephon Diggs is weaving his way through the middle of the field. He's getting tons of yards after he caught it, and he goes down inside the 5-yard line. It sets up a Zach Moss rushing touchdown. So, that's awesome. That's what we needed. And I think Stephon Diggs, he's definitely an answer at wide receiver.
Do you think Stephon Diggs will be available for the game on Sunday?
Is he on the injury report?
I'm not sure. Like I'm guessing he got shooken up on Sunday.
Oh, did he? I'm not. I don't know. I haven't seen that anywhere. But if he is a little banged up, I don't think it's definitely not a serious injury. So I think he'll be good to go. He's a tough guy. I think he'll shake it off, and yeah, I think he'll be good to go.
What days does your podcast air?
Oh, so thanks so much. My podcast, it's on Bill's Overdue. It's a vidcast on the Buffalo Fanatics Podcast Network. You can catch it every Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Normally, sometimes it's 5 p.m. Eastern time, but generally 6 p.m. Eastern time. And we go for about an hour and a half, and Jeremy and I shoot the shit, and we talk about the Bills, and we have a lot of fun. And we're always interacting with fans in the comments. So definitely go check that out. Thank you so much.
Who is your co-host on the show?
My co-host, his name's Jeremy. It's funny. I've never met him in real life. He sent me a Twitter DM one day, like about a year ago, and was like, "Hey, I see your stuff. You write for the Buffalo Fanatics." I was like, "Hey, you want to start a podcast?" And I was like, "Oh, sure, maybe. Like, I'll give it a shot." Like, I've never heard of this guy, never worked with him before, and we started making some podcasts for the Buffalo Fanatics. They've gotten more and more popular every week, and yeah, that's kind of how it happened. He lives on the West Coast in California. I live on the East Coast. We do all our recordings via Zoom, or not via Zoom, via StreamYard. We do it like that. So it's been fun.
How long have you been doing your podcast for?
I've been doing it for about a year. I think about a year and maybe like 13 months or so. And it's been really fun, and I've loved it. It's a good way to interact with fans too. On the platform we use, where we can see fans' comments and talk with them. So I've really loved it.
Thank you for watching this edition of Let's Talk 716 Sports. Thank you to my guest Max for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.